Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for being here. I'm really excited to talk to you about our perspective on AI, a little bit about how our product enables it, and to bring some global stories. We're going to hear some local customer stories throughout the day. I'll talk a little bit throughout my presentation about what our customers are doing globally. And I'd invite all of you, talk to the folks sitting next to you, talk to the folks at the afternoon tea. The best thing about these sessions is you really get to learn what people are able to achieve with Appian. So again, I'm Mike Mayer. I'm Appian's Chief Revenue Officer. Really excited to be here. Love Australia. Love walking around your beautiful parks and just meeting folks that are doing amazing things with our product. I've heard about network design applications. I've heard about applications that are decarbonizing the energy grid. Just awesome stuff. Ask your neighbors. I also have the privilege in my role of helping all of our global customers to turn the promise of AI into incredible results. So that's what I'm here to talk about today. Before we turn you all into AI enterprise aficionados, though, I want to introduce Appian. We are the AI-powered end-to-end process orchestration platform. We bring together omni-channel design systems with a next-gen process engine and data fabric. And we complement it all with Process HQ, with AI. I'll talk a little bit about it, but Adam Glazer, as April said, is going to walk us through our product and product roadmap quite a bit later on. Putting that all together, putting all those pieces of Appian together, we allow your teams to design simultaneously for any device, to securely leverage data inside or outside of your enterprise to automate decisions, and to continually improve human and machine scale processes for your ever-changing business. For these reasons, our customers choose us for truly mission-critical processes. We'll talk about some of those when I mention the global customers today. They trust our investments to help them stay ahead of the technology curve with data fabric, process automation, and Appian's unique approach to private AI. And they invite our incredible customers to partner with them on their journey to becoming the AI enterprise. So one such customer who's placed their trust in Appian is Axiom Space. We were lucky enough to hear from these guys at Appian World back in April. I don't know if anybody in the room was able to get there, but they kind of stole the show. Just images of rocket ships taking off and all kinds of cool stuff. Axiom Space is actually, they're a space infrastructure company focused on human spaceflight. And they're expanding the International Space Station, the ISS. They're designing a new station called Axiom Station, which will sustain human spaceflight after the ISS retires in 2030. Axiom is also tasked by NASA to develop the next generation lunar spacesuit. This spacesuit will sustain life for the Artemis astronauts scheduled to land on the moon in 2026. And if that's not mission critical, I don't know what is. And Appian, our process orchestration platform, is key to the manufacturing of that spacesuit and to the execution of the various projects that I just talked about. As Axiom Space described us at Appian World, we are the digital thread that connects all of these different projects together. Appian is a core component, as you can see, of Axiom Space's digital transformation efforts. We're there to significantly mitigate their project risk. We are the central hub for data integration across multiple platforms, including engineering systems and business systems. And back to that spacesuit, I love the personal value stories. We'll talk about some business value as well. But back to that spacesuit, an Axiom Space IT engineer actually earned the title of spacesuit engineer, which is pretty awesome, based on the paper-based process that they automated with Appian. So we'll hear a bit later about how Appian's platform innovation will make it even easier for all of us to become spacesuit engineers. That's what Adam's going to talk about. But let's get back to the AI enterprise. Axiom Space is well on their way with Appian to delivering on this modern goal. I'm sure everyone in the room has heard a few hundred different AI presentations by now, but we're still asking a lot of questions, right? Many of us are asking, how do we effectively help our businesses to capture the new capability in AI to drive real value for the business? And Appian We enable what we call enterprise AI for the AI enterprise. And we like the juxtaposition of that against the well-known AI company, OpenAI. By now, we've all seen our kids use ChatGPT by OpenAI to write their next term paper. And it does a pretty good job. It probably does a better job than I would, right? But it can hallucinate. It can make up facts. I think we still see, though, even with those minor inconveniences, I guess, we see the power of this capability for the enterprise. In business, the one word open in OpenAI, though, can create problems for us. Enterprise data is not only the core of our business, but it's something that we're charged with protecting. When there's a breach, right? We know that we can be subject to huge fines from regulators. We get a lot of customer blowback, right? We might see customer attrition because we haven't been a good steward of their data. And writing a term paper, it's much simpler than administering the operations of a global or universal, in the case of Axiom, workforce. And so enterprise or private AI, which is Appian's approach, this is the application of modern generative AI solutions in the context of private and secure data. So at Appian, we define the AI enterprise as those organizations that are deriving transformational value, practical, tangible value from the application of AI to their business processes. And we've started to establish that becoming an AI enterprise is not just about the AI, right? It's about data and process. It's about effectively combining those foundational technologies to supercharge artificial intelligence. AI rests, in our perspective, on a foundation of data and process. AI is nothing without data. We can think about data as the intellectual fuel for artificial intelligence. Data empowers AI to make smarter decisions, more informed decisions. And the more data you give it, the better the quality of that data, the better AI's answers will be. If all of the data input were reduced to zero, the value of AI would be nothing, right? It'd be zero itself. To make AI valuable in your organization, you need to feed it your data, right? It means you'll have to gather your data for training the algorithm, or you'll have to query that data to give it context for the questions that you're asking. Either way, if you don't have a strong semantic layer over your enterprise, like a data fabric, which we'll talk about, your AI won't be valuable. It won't have the context it needs for the questions that are being asked. Might not have any of the data necessary to train itself. So data was already your organization's biggest asset, and now it's potentially worth more than ever. We want to leverage it while we protect it in this new era of AI. And now, we're all being asked to do more with less, as we know. We've got to figure out how to scale processes. We've got to arm people with more information to produce higher quality work. And so we need to route a lot of work to and from AI in order to get that business benefit that we want to see. We need to route that work to AI, to other automation technologies, to people, and see it as part of that process. And that's why process is so necessary. Without process, you're asking AI to do the whole job. I don't know how many people have looked at, you ask a super open-ended question to ChatGPT, for example. How many tokens does it use? It uses a ton of them because it doesn't have the context. It sort of has to build it, right? But when you can ask a question that's a lot more directed, it's effectively a less expensive query. And so, again, that's why process is so necessary. Without it, we're asking AI to do all of that, add all of the context itself. So there are just a few jobs, and they're the less valuable ones, where we could have AI do all of that work. And so Appian's perspective is a little bit different. We want to make sure that AI has all the benefit of working with humans in the loop. This is what we call the era of mixed autonomy, right? We believe that processes need to coordinate the work between humans and AI. That's going to help us to work through the regulations that are still to come, right? To make sure that humans can have a perspective on what the AI is deciding before we just hand things over. And so Appian offers leading expertise in all three of the areas that I just talked about. We enable AI to participate in your most critical processes. We've been selling and deploying AI for nearly a decade as part of our automation suite. And we connect your processes to your enterprise data wherever it is with our leading data fabric. And we offer the best process automation platform out there, if I do say so. These three elements are tightly integrated into that single platform with common interfaces, common upgrade cycles. You don't need to be figuring this out as this major new technology. It all works as part of Appian. So I've said it, I'll say it again, Appian uniquely enables this AI enterprise. And I'll share just a couple of the innovations that allow us to do that briefly. But beforehand, we said we're going to help you understand how to get started in the AI enterprise. And it's probably simpler than you think. We believe that the first step on your journey to becoming an AI enterprise is to digitize your processes, just as Axiom Space did. Right? Use Appian's design capabilities or our AI-based intelligent document processing capabilities to do away with paper, to do away with spreadsheet and email-based processes. And then you automate them. Connect those process steps. Allow humans and AI to partner for optimum resolution of the challenges that you face. Now, we've said it a couple times, AI is nothing without data, and Appian is pioneering the way that you and your AI-enabled systems can look at data with our data fabric. This is nothing like your data lakes or the data warehouses of the pretty recent past. I mean, those were topics that we've been talking about in just the past few years. Fundamentally, a data fabric is a virtual database. It's that semantic layer that I mentioned. It sits on top of all of the different data that exists inside, outside your enterprise. And it brings them all together without moving anything. You can read or write to all of your different data sources. You can query multiple sources as if they're combined. We respect the architecture, the security of your enterprise. If that data has row-level security on it, we're going to respect it. We're not going to give it the AI access to data that it shouldn't have access to. It's a pretty incredible capability that Adam will get into. Process is the second piece of the foundation for AI. And Appian has 25 years of experience connecting people, connecting systems, connecting bots, and now AI in end-to-end process orchestration and automation. Gartner ranks us #1 for workflow automation. And unlike other vendors that sell piecemeal automation tools, we have a proven suite of automation capabilities all built on a single platform. We take it further. We take process further with a revolution in process mining that we call Process HQ. This extends beyond the reach of our platform with Data Fabric. And from this, we discover the root cause of issues through AI learning, through automated insights. And we'll guide you on how to best apply Appian's automation features to better optimize your processes using our Process HQ capabilities. With Appian Process HQ, we convert those tangled operational threads, the digital thread that Axiom talked about, into efficient workflows on your behalf. And then finally, Appian delivers a superior experience across desktop and mobile devices for all of your users. This includes customers, employees, internal users, external users. Appian's sale design experience is fast, it's flexible. It keeps humans in the loop with AI. You can build new experiences that instantly work on the latest web browsers, the latest mobile devices. And it's going to surface to those users the information that might have been augmented, summarized, evaluated by AI already. I've mentioned Gartner, right? They've actually noted the success of this approach, of unified orchestration platforms. They've defined a new and emerging market category that they're calling business orchestration and automation technologies. They're lovingly referring to it as BOAT. And if you want some terrible boat puns, just check out my LinkedIn profile. I've been trying really hard. I'll have a couple of them as we go. While BOAT is a new market, right, the crew members are all familiar faces. They're probably technologies you already own. Low-code application platforms, business process automation, robotic process automation platforms, and integration platform as a service kind of platforms. BOAT is a recognition by Gartner that enterprises are interested in unifying all of these capabilities to solve those biggest challenges. allows us to rationalize, drive out costs, and solve some of the biggest challenges that we face. Gartner offers a path to what they call the autonomous enterprise. It's well aligned to the AI enterprise that we've been talking about with this new boat capability. Orchestration is the glue between AI and machine learning platforms, between bots, APIs, microservices, between the human workforce and, again, those AI workers that we're introducing into the environment. It's supported by these key capabilities on the left. These are all differentiated capabilities. And it connects those to these future AI agents here on the right. Those future AI agents are just modern AI and LLM services that support in the process orchestration, support and participate. And at Appian, we're excited about both. The market itself, our position in it, you'll find that we're right there at the top. And to read more about it, I'll let you scan this QR code on that side of the screen. I'll leave it up for a sec. We've been building this way for years. 4 years ago, we added native robotic process automation. 2 years ago, we added process mining. And we provide a single boat that sails right through any of your process orchestration and automation challenges. Last one, I promise. So moving past boats. Let's look at how another customer is transforming their business with Appian. Another global customer, not Australia, I know, but let's help you see what other folks are doing. NatWest is the UK's largest business bank, and they're their second largest retail mortgage provider. They've got over 19 million customers. And for NatWest, transformation is more than a strategy. They call it an ethos, really centered on the customer outcomes that they're trying to deliver. And it's a significant part of the job for Steve Margeau. Steve is the head of change excellence at NatWest. He's in charge of helping his NatWest colleagues shape the exceptional customer journeys that they're trying to create. To do that, Steve really needed to ensure that NatWest could deliver projects, deliver changes very quickly. Before departments at NatWest could even start a project or launch a new product, application, or service, they had to go through multiple layers of policy checks and approvals, probably familiar to a lot of us in this room. But what was kind of startling, it was amazing when we heard about it. It took them up to 73 days just to work through the approval process. Wild, right? By the time something new was introduced, by the time they got a new product or service out into the world, their customers had moved on to a competitor. It was a major problem for them. And so at our Appian Europe event a couple years ago, Steve publicly threw down the gauntlet to his team members that were sitting there in the audience. He said, and he pointed at them, these two, sitting over here, will reduce the change journey time in the bank from 73 days to 73 minutes. I'm pretty awesome. And they will come back and tell you about how they did it next year. So he set an incredible goal, set an incredible timeline, and they actually did it. They came back the next year and presented on their success. And to get to 73 minutes, they realized that they needed a single front door that streamlined and automated workflows and securely unified the data that allowed them to make the decisions they needed to make. The transformation that Steve and his team have achieved is, truly remarkable. His team is more productive than ever. Colleagues collaborate across divisions. They have data available for decision making, and there's better efficiency and capital allocation across all of these different projects in the bank. And as NatWest celebrates their success, they also view it as the groundwork for future success. They've taken 14 processes down to a single approval process. They've taken it from 73 days to 73 minutes, and it is serving their 19 million customers a lot better. Steve said, when we closed this out, that the Appian relationship started as a vendor relationship, but it continues as a partnership. And that's what we really want to see. So that brings us back to our Appian promise. We will partner with you as an innovative technology provider to automate your mission-critical processes. As Forrester's Total Economic Index uncovered, we'll accelerate those processes by 95%, and we'll help you to deliver them twice as fast as you otherwise would. Aon's project manager, you see it up here, said that Appian is an accelerator for anything that you're trying to do at your company. And that's what we at Appian get excited about. All right? We want to dig into those most mission-critical problems and help you to automate them. That's what I get excited about. And so thank you very much. I really enjoy presenting to you. Look forward to meeting everybody out in the hallway here. And I'll turn it over to Pascal now. Thank you.